it's been a minute. Welcome to another welcome. Welcome. So I decided to take a drive, and on my way I decided to just do a video, right? And just to, I don't know if this is gonna encourage or lift up or motivate someone, but I just want to share something. A few years ago, I was in Jamaica, and I met, back then, was my first child's dad. And 3 years after we met, have a child together, he passed away. But before he passed away, I remember we had a gathering at the house, and at that gathering, my uncle, before he left, he began to minister to us. And he said, you know, he went around and he pretty much ministered to everyone that was there. He started to minister to all of us that was there. And when he got to me, I can clearly remember he said to me that a time will come when you're gonna be alone, but when that time comes, just know that God is gonna be there with you. Just know that you know, it's gonna feel like you're alone, but you're not alone. And so I begin to question that prophecy, because in the mindset of me, I was like, I know my family was getting ready to go overseas. I know that because of the time framing of what took place in 9/11, that I might not be able to attend, or not to attend, but to go with them because of my age at the time. And I'm like, but even so, I have my, then at the time was my child's father. So, you know, I'm thinking, how am I gonna be alone when I have him? You know. But you know, when you have a partner, even though your family is not close by, it's still okay. It's still okay, you know. So I'm like, how am I gonna be alone? Yes, I was like, how am I gonna be alone if I got, you know, him? But then he went around and he also ministered to him, and he was saying, you know, sometimes not everything over, it's not always green on the other side, you know. The grass isn't always green on the other side, specifically those words. And he said other stuff, and I was like, okay, what does that mean? And he was like, you know, not everyone that says is your friend is truly your friend. So, you know, I couldn't at the time put my hands to what he was saying, but I know he was saying something. And so, like, not even, about a month or two after that, you know, still there, and all of that. And then like about 2 months after that, he passed away. My child's father passed away. And when that happened, You know, mind you, we've been together, as I said, at the time for 3 years. We had a child. She was just 2 when he passed away. So, you know, as a young person, losing your child's dad, and the child is that young, to me, that was just so much. You know, that was so much, and I wasn't ready. But I can remember when I got the news that Sunday. I was pretty much getting ready to go to church. So I was pretty much doing my daughter's hair so we could get ready. And that's when I got the call. And when I got the call, the moment I got the call, I know something was wrong because of the person that was calling me. You know, you don't get a call from certain people so regular. You know, when they call, there's always something. You're like, yeah, what's going on now? So I got that call and I'm like, okay, I know something is wrong, because why is she calling me, especially that time of the morning? But I can remember I was going through it, right? And to tell the honest truth, I wasn't like, oh, I'm supposed to feel losing somebody. I didn't feel that. It's like I was forcing myself to cry. I was forcing myself to have the emotions, you know, of losing him and all of that. And I was being real, you know, genuine. At the time I loved him. So it was really, you know, I was shocked that he passed and all of that. But all I can remember is like, why is it that I feel like I'm forcing myself to cry? Why is it that I'm forcing myself to feel something, you know, when it should come naturally? But I can remember that was when the prophecy came back to me when my uncle ministered to us, and he was like, a time gonna come when you're gonna be alone, but God is gonna be with you. And then during that time, that's all I could remember, him telling me that and how I'm feeling. And it just works. It just clearly obvious that God was there with me. It was obvious that he was in the midst, even though I was going through a rough time, even though I have lost my child's dad at the time. It was clear that God was with me, you know, and I can and up to today, I just never forget that moment that my uncle had prophesied to me and told me that, you know, it never leaves me. Because, you know, sometimes when we are going through and we lost things and we lost people, we have to realize that the only thing that keeps us going is just the word of God that he sent for us, you know, to minister to us, to encourage us, to to lift us up. And so in that moment, that's all I could hold on to, was just God reminding me and telling me that, you know, he knew what was gonna happen. He saw what was gonna come. He already knew the outcome of what was gonna happen, but he was there to remind me that I will never leave you, neither will I forsake you. I'm gonna be there when you're going through that moment. And so that was, as I said, that was a very difficult season for me. It was a very hard time because, mind you, at the time I believe, when I lost him, let's see, I had my daughter. I had my daughter when I got pregnant when I was 16. I had my daughter when I was 17. And so 2 years after that, I believe I was going close to 21. Yes, I was going close, because he died. I think he died the October, I think. It's been a while. It's been like 15 years ago. Well, not 15. Yeah, 15 years ago. So it's been a while. But yeah, when I lost him, she was 2, so I was about 20, going on to 21. So yeah, I was pretty young, and the possibility of me raising her by myself, have to be a single mom at that time, didn't know what to expect, didn't know what to look to, what was gonna happen. And so, I just couldn't. There were times when I couldn't understand why me, why would this happen to me? Because growing up, I've always faced some challenges. Growing up, I've faced some challenges that sometimes it kind of is like a replay of why do I go through the stuff that I go through. And at such a young age, there are times when I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it, because when you've gone through so much, you just don't want to live. You just don't want to be bothered. You just don't want to face no more of what you have been through. And so for me, that was in that moment, I was like, what more can I go through? What is left for me to go through? So, but as I said, I was always reminded of God never leaves me. He was there with me. I find favor with God, even to come to America. I was over the age, well, I was already 21 by that time to come. My family had left. I think I was the only one with my mom, my brother, my uncle. I was the only one that was left. Like really my mom and my brother that was left to go. And at the time, I was pretty much kicked off the filing, because you have to get through by the age of 21 or before 21. And so because of the whole bombing, I was pretty much passed in that state. So it was all in God's hands for me to be here. It was all in God's hands for me to come to America, because here in America, they said there's nothing else they can do. It's pretty much just to start over the filing. But in Jamaica, we just have to go there, explain to them, and then it's up to them to really say. But I said it was up to God. It was in God's perfect plan for my life, for me to be here in America and to experience His goodness in the land. And so my daughter is now 17, and every year, or I think she has not a replay, but she go through a phase in her life every Father's Day, mainly and I think on her birthday, when she realized her dad is not here. And so sometimes it kind of like dampered my spirit, because I don't, when you're trying to explain and be there for them, but you can't take away the pain. You cannot take away the pain that they're feeling, because when you lose somebody, it really hurts. It really hurts. We all know that we are here for a period of time, and then we gone. But when you get connected to a person, then it leaves pain, it leaves all of that. So I think she goes through that. But needless to say, she's good. She's good. And just the whole reason for this video is just to show you that, or just to bring a point across to let you know that we are gonna go through stuff. We're gonna face difficult time. We're gonna face hard time. We're gonna be kicked to the curve. We're gonna fall into the pit, just like Joseph. His very own brothers throw him into the pit. We're gonna face times, but we have to realize that God is our very present help. He is a present help in time of trouble, and he promised never to leave us nor forsake us. So when you are going through, if you don't know what else to do, find a scripture that will motivate you and that will lift your spirit up, that will help you to to go through that moment. Remember, suicidal is never an option. Taking your own life is never an option. Giving up shouldn't be an option to you. It's not an option. So don't give up on whatever you're going through. Don't give up. Don't give up. It has been 15 years since, you know, that incident took place, since I lost him, and, you know, that prophecy has came over. No, well, it's more than 16. Yeah, no, it's been 15 years since that prophecy came to me. But every day I still hold on to that prophecy, because even though that incident happened, there's things that I go through that I have to remind myself that God is there with me. That he said he will never leave me nor forsake me. So I have to hold on to that, even though, you know, I might not have lost somebody else or whatever the case is. I still got to hold on to that word. So be encouraged that no matter what we're facing, God is our present help in the time of trouble. A present help. He is a present help. You know, when you call on help you call on your family, you call on your friends for help, and sometimes they don't show up at the time when you need them. They delay the process. They delay they're getting back to you. They delay their steps become slow. They don't pick up the phone. But God is a present. He's a present help in time of trouble. So when you're in trouble, when you need him, call on him. Call on him. Well, that's it for me. It's been a minute. As I said, it's been a minute coming on doing a YouTube video. But a lot going on. And then, you know, you just have to do everything in time. Timing is perfect. So this is not the best video that or whatever the case is. It's not a good spot. But listen, I just feel like to encourage somebody. I just feel like to share this and to post it. So be blessed. Thank you for watching. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. God, for your season. Your season is coming. All right, so share, like, comment, and subscribe.